Over-engineering your MVP can lead to burnout and loss of momentum. Conversely, no one wants to release a crappy product even if it's MVP. In this video, you'll receive a blueprint to defining your essential MVP feature set. Before we proceed, I want to emphasize the importance of doing your homework before starting building an MVP. And this includes your product market fit validation. So the product market fit validation consists of validating your problem hypothesis, validating your solution hypothesis, and defining your target user persona. So if you're unclear about your product market fit, or you didn't yet validated your product or solution hypothesis, or unclear about your target user persona, this video might not be right for you. Instead, check out my another video about why you shouldn't build an MVP straight away in the description below. So once you have your problem hypothesis validated, you might know a couple of problems your target niche say. It's important that your MVP will focus on address only one problem. So the first thing when it comes to defining an MVP feature set is to emphasize the one primary problem that your MVP solution will be solving, because it's really easy to mess up when you know the dozens of problems you want to solve and you're figuring out how you can embed everything in one MVP. And now I've been experiencing it myself when I was launching the Smart Office platform startup. After doing a bit of a problem hypothesis validation and gathering different information from different companies about their office management challenges, I found a bunch of problems they have. They have the security problem, they have the challenge with reporting the presence of their workers in their workplaces. They wanted to optimize their office energy savings levels. I've been trying to embed all this solution into one MVP and present this solution to my target audience. Thus, building all these solutions in one MVP led to a lot of functionality that wasn't really clearly solving each of those problems. I learned it hard way by failing my Smart Office startup, so I'm sharing this tip with you so you won't repeat my mistake. So once you're clear about which problem hypothesis you will be solving with your MVP, you should also be clear about your solution hypothesis. Let's say you have the solution hypothesis that you can solve your target customer problem with the web application. However, after making some solution hypothesis validation, you have figured out that there might be a couple of options to solve their problem, like mobile application or the integration system between the spreadsheets and analytics platform. So when defining the MVP feature set, it's important to find this one essential solution. And you can do it by figuring out what is the best performing solution hypothesis based on your market feedback, or just by analyzing which of the solution hypothesis you have is the easiest to use, the easiest to build, or the easiest to explain for your customer. I didn't know it when I've been starting my manufacturing data platform startup. I've done my problem hypothesis validation, I've done my solution hypothesis validation, and I understood that my target customer needs a product with a solution like Lean Six Sigma data management platform, communication digitalization solution, employee onboarding system, aggregated data analytics. So I have started embedded all these solutions in my MVP straight away. I was in the rush to deliver my MVP quicker, however, I also have a lot of features to build. Thus, balancing the amount of work needs to be done versus the time, I have built a small part each of the feature that have resulted in unclear and unfocused product that wasn't liked by my target audience. Again, I have learned it the hard way, so I'm sharing it with you so you can learn it from my mistake and won't repeat it again. So after having you one main problem hypothesis emphasized and one main solution hypothesis emphasized, it's time to map it down with a user persona using the user journey map. In user journey map, you're just creating a chart that expresses a sequence of actions that user will need to take in order to solve their problem with your solution. I've been working in a startup where they were planning to build an MVP. They already had a requirements document that showed a set of features. Everyone understood that the estimation of that MVP was up to 1 year. Everyone knew that this would be too long. We need to deliver MVP in a few months. So after we created a user journey map for each user persona that emphasized how the user will solve this problem with the solution we're trying to offering, we have identified that the functionality that was initially planned to build was covering a lot of use cases. And we have narrowed it down to the a simple, straightforward use case of the main user persona that was solving the primary problem in a primary way. We have built this MVP in less than 3 months, and the first customer started successfully used it and get the value from it. So the essential thing when it comes to defining MVP feature set is to focus on the one feature that will help your primary user persona to solve their primary problem with your primary solution. And why I'm emphasizing on primary? Because the ideal MVP product starts with the minimum viable feature that user can use and startup can understand which direction it should move forward. So aim to build the one feature only by highlighting you made problem hypothesis, highlighting you made solution hypothesis, creating your journey map as your primary persona, and building the feature that will help to achieve the path in the easiest way possible. Build your MVP quick, release it fast. Don't be worrying about releasing an incomplete product. When you're building MVP, your primary objective is to get feedback. So use your MVP as a vehicle to get feedback from your market. And after you get feedback, you can continuously improve by returning back to this cycle. But remember, the essential thing to build successful MVP is to do your homework first, do your product market fit validation first. I will be releasing another video about how to identify your primary user persona, how to validate your problem hypothesis, and how to validate your solution hypothesis before building an MVP. So be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss it. Thank you for watching. If you want to watch more, click here. Thank you so much, and if you like this video, click the like button.